Hey guys, it's Maymay, and look at this beautiful card that was sent to me for my birthday by Kathy Long. And I showed this in our Crafter After Show when we do our Across the Mile segment. Kathy was on the show, and I asked permission to show you guys how to do this. She used some of my stamp sets in a way I never thought about, and I absolutely love how this looks. So today, we're going to make this card together. So the stamp set we're going to be using today is the one called New Creation, and you can see how that little stamp right there, the flowers are, and she's used them twice here. I'm going to be making a Mother's Day card, so I'll make a little adjustment here, but I know you're going to ask me about that sentiment, and I want to show you where that comes from. So that Hello Lovely sentiment is right here on this stamp set called Positive Vibes. You can get this one in our store, and it's actually in our vault right now, so it's really, really inexpensive. All that'll be linked in the blog post below. Enough chat. Y'all just want me to get busy, right? Okay, let's do. Now, the first thing I noticed about Kathy's card is she did not cut her base piece 4 by 5 1/4. She cut it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so she's only leaving a little 1/16 of an inch border around her card, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I want to do the same thing. So we've got that. Let's get our stamp ready. Now I'm going to turn this way because what I noticed looking at her card is that she did the roses in this direction and then in this direction, okay, facing each other. But I need a little bigger gap here. Let me show you why. So I want to use this mom sentiment right here, and it's a little wider than the sentiment that Kathy used. So what I'm going to do is take that word mom, and I'm just going to see where I need to clear it. I don't really mind if it doesn't clear perfectly, but I do kind of want to be close to clearing it. So I'm just going to take a pencil and make myself a little mark here to know that I've got to have my curve go around that, and then my sentiment will fit. All right, so let's get some ink. I'm going to be coloring today, but I'm just going to color with color pencils, so it really doesn't matter which ink I use, and I'm going to be stamping and making a mess on my surface, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy out, just like so. Now, I know I'm not going to be stamping the whole image on the card, but just to be safe, I'm inking the whole thing up because I don't want to miss any important spots. So we'll bring this over here like so. Let's turn it like this. And I'm going to do my best to reach around. So mine's going to be a little bit wider than Kathy's was, but I'm okay with that. So I'm going to stamp it right here. And I'm using a press today so I could kind of put it there and move it if I needed to. This little stamp block has feet on it. That's kind of handy. So get that all pressed down really well. Look, isn't that pretty? That's so nice. All right, now I want to do the other side. So I'm just going to ink this guy back up. And let's see if I can do it like this. I want to finish my curve out. Something like, mine may be a little bit different. That's okay. We can be a little different. We don't have to be exact. I'm thinking somewhere like that. We'll see how it looks. If I don't like it, I can change it. Oh, I think that's pretty. I like that like that. I needed more space, like I said, because I want this sentiment to fit. Because I want to do, I'm blessed to call you mom. So this is one of my other stamp sets. It's called Beloved Mom. And I wanted that to show. I thought that would be pretty. So, although it's different, let me show you. See how much tighter hers was? I love that, but I think I need this space. So mine will be a little bit different. We'll see how it turns out. All right, let's color and then we'll cut out. So I'm not going to be doing anything fancy here. So Josh will be editing this video. I'm just going to ask him to throw some music on while I color, and you guys can kind of see me do that because I think it'll be boring if you watch me do the whole thing. But I think it'll be fun to watch it in fast motion. So here we go. So I do want to tell you this. To create depth without having to shadow or to shade, because this is a lot of coloring, what I'm going to do is any leaves that are on top or closest to the view, I'm going to color those in the lighter green. Then any leaves that are behind, I'm going to color in the darker green. And it'll give me depth without having to do any fancy shading or fancy coloring, because I just want to color it. Okay, so that is my coloring, and I like how it turned out. I like the different colors and everything. It looks bright and cheery, and my mom will like bright and cheery. Okay, now the fun part. I want you to see this. Do you see these areas that she cut out? Put my hand back here. Do you see that? She just went around and cut around the image, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to start at the top of the page, and just going to kind of let my scissors follow the shape of the design. And don't worry, we're going to mount this to another piece, so that'll give it its stability again. And I just found a leaf I didn't color, so I'll go back and do that. And I'm just following, and I'm not cutting the exact design. I'm leaving a little bit of space around it, just like Kathy did. I'm going to cut that away so I can see what I'm doing. See? Isn't that cool? I love how this looks. Look how beautiful that is. And as I was cutting it, I was thinking, I'm not doing as good a job as Kathy did. Mine doesn't look as good, but look how that turned out. Like, I think that's really pretty. So now we need a card base to put that on. So to make a card like Kathy did, we're going to need several pieces. First is a card base. And this card base is going to be scored at 4 1/4. And it's going to open to the right-hand side. So I'm just going to score that. I'm going to flip this over and score the other side because this is some thick cardstock. So that way I'll get a better fold. Just bring that into the corner there. And then crease that down. Perfect. Okay, so let's lay this out, but I got to show you a little bit of something that we need to do. All right, so here's what I've done. This is my colored piece. Now, I decided I liked this piece for the accent, but let me show you, which that in and of itself is gorgeous. If you were to mount this to your card just like this with those polka dots showing to one side, that's gorgeous, right? But hers is a little different. So I want you to notice on her card, like I'm really taking her card apart. And you don't have to mimic a card this hard. I just really am. Let me get it here and show you. Okay. So she has this gray border, right? But it's a white card base. So I want to show you how she did that. Pretty neat, huh? There's the white card base. All right. So what we'll need on our white card base is we're going to need a piece to cover the entire front. Okay. And we will need a piece to cover the entire inside. And this is what's going to make our card have all these different colors, which is really cool. Now, I also cut a piece to put my sentiment on the inside, and it is this piece here. So once I've cut the hole out, I'll stamp my sentiment right here, and it'll show through. But when the card closes, it'll make sense. It's really going to be cool. So you need your card base. You need 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then 1 piece that is 4 by 5, 5 1/2, and that'll get this done for you. All right, let's start with the card front. I'm going to glue this down now, and the reason is we're going to have to die cut this or cut it by hand. Either way will work. So I'm going to glue this directly down to my card front. And what we've got to do is we've got to cut out the opening on the side where the flowers are so we can see through. So I'm just going to mount this directly to the front of my card. I may have to do some trimming. I feel like I was a little generous on my polka dot piece when I trimmed it. Let's get that guy down there like so. All right, let's look on that. Yep, see, I need to do a little bit of trimming there. Okay, so there is my card front. Now this piece is going to get glued directly down, and it's going to have a tiny bit of that pink showing around it. Just a tiny bit. I might even trim some of that off up there so more will show here. Let's do that. Remember, mine's just being inspired by Kathy's. It's not going to be exact. So now that will mount like so. But what we need to do is cut this section out inside of here, okay? So I'm going to take my pencil again, and I'm going to go right in here where it's the deepest parts and make these little dots. That's really the deepest part right here. So what I need to do is make sure that my shape I'm going to cut out goes behind there. Okay, and I want to show you what she did. She took a die cut, it looks like, and just cut a die shape out of there, which would work, especially depending on how you do your flowers. But I did mine a little different, remember? So I had to give myself a little bit bigger spot here. Matter of fact, let me see just how big I need to go. So got that there. I'm just going to make some little marks to kind of guide me. Just everywhere I dent in a little bit there, and that'll really help me. So I need my little opening. Mine's going to be way different than Kathy's. I need mine to be something like this. You know what I may do? Let's lay that back down and see what we get here. Because I really want that to stay here. So I think I'm going to let that go there. And I kind of want this to stay here at the top. So I'm going to make myself a mark here. Okay, let's just cut. Are you nervous? Yes, I am too. Because I'm going to cut by hand. And I think Kathy did this with a die, which I would suggest, but mine's a little different, okay? So I want that to stay there. And I'm going to come back behind my little mark. I'm going to cut to my oval. Are you nervous? Why do I feel that you guys are as nervous as I am doing this? It's just paper, y'all, right? Let's just try it. Let's just see what we get. All right, I'm going to come from the other side now. And again, I want that to stay. So I'm going to cut down at an angle and head back up. This card is for my mother for Mother's Day, so she ain't going to judge it. You know what I'm saying? Mama's not going to stress if I do it a little bit different. Okay, so there's my opening. Oh my goodness, let's see if this works. I'm going to crease this back down with my bone folder because it's lifted up a little bit now. There we go. Okay, so now this piece is going to mount. That's pretty. That works. Look at there. I like it. I might need to take a little snip right there. There's a little bit of pink showing. Let me snip that out a tiny little bit. And let me tell you what nobody's going to do. They're not going to judge your opening. I promise they're not. Yes, that's how I like it. So you can see I've got the pink going all the way to the edge there and all the way to the edge here, which is what I wanted, so that you could see this. And then that's going to mount. Just look how pretty that is. That is really good. Okay, I think I can glue this down now. Are you nervous? Me too. Let's glue it down. It's fun to be a little nervous. I haven't really been a little nervous in card making in a while, and I'm kind of enjoying the unknowns of how this is going to turn out. It's kind of fun. Thanks for the challenge, Kathy. All right, let's see. I'm going to line that up there, get everything in place, glue all of that down. I'm real happy with this. Okay. Hers is so much better. Look, hers is so much better. I should have done the two colors. I was trying to do something different for you guys, but I like the way she did hers better. All right, so when we open it, what we're going to see is that. That does not look bad at all. Not at all. Okay, so let's put our insides in there. Now, I want to see if I need to trim this down a little bit. Yeah, I need to cut a little sliver off of this. I cut it a little bit wide. Not much, just enough. Just about that much. All right, I'm going to glue this straight down. And you want to make sure you don't glue it into the fold. You want to make sure you get it where the fold still has, see how I can still get my fold to go? It's going to pop up, but I can still get my fold there. So I glued it right on the outside of the score mark. Now I feel like I've got some trimming to do back there. We'll do that in a few minutes. And now our panel can go right here. So when we stamp, look how pretty that is. And I love this idea. Kathy, this is brilliant, because what this does is it finishes out the card where I left the pink hanging here, and then it makes this now match the side. It's so smart, so smart. Okay, I've got to stamp, and I want to give myself the room. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my pencil again. I'm going to make a mark here, and I'm going to make a mark here and here, just so I know I need to stay in this area. And I kind of think, let's lay it out. Kind of think this is going to fit here really pretty. Something like, it might need to go in a little bit like that. Oh, I like it right there. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. I'm going to put a little pencil mark right at the edge. I'm really overthinking this one, y'all. And then right there. Okay, so that's where I'm going to do Mom. Let's stamp. What's the worst that can happen? We can redo this sheet, right? Okay, let's load Mom onto our block. I'm going to use black. I think I like the black. I think it'll pop. So just going to ink this up like so. And I know that this was the end of there. Just see if I can do this from my memory. So Mom's going to go like that. Pretty. And now I'm going to do the one that says, I'm blessed to call you. Right above it. Okay, and it's going to go like that. Pretty, y'all. I love that. All right, let's get those pencil marks off. All right, let's bring the card back over. And I can kind of adjust this now. You know, I can kind of lay this here and make sure you can see it. I like that. We're not done. We still have a little bit more I'm going to do. But isn't that pretty? So I'm going to glue that down right there. Put some glue on. I think I'll bring this over here. Oh, what the hey. I'm just going to put it where I want it and then adjust it. What the hey. That's what my grandma used to say. What the hey. Look, I love this. I love this. And look at all the space I have to write in here, and I can write in here. But there was something else that she did, and I want to do it as well. So Kathy did some butterflies to put in, and I think we need a butterfly here and maybe over here, so we're going to do that as well. So I don't know which of these butterflies I want to use. I might want to use all of them. I'm just going to pick them all up on the block, and I'm just going to stamp them on some of the white cardstock a couple times, and then I can color them and decide how I want to use them. So I'm just going to stamp these real quick. I'm going to cut them out, so I'm not real worried about, you know, the placement. We're just going to color them and cut them out. So I want one to be yellow. I think I'll do this guy yellow. Maybe put a little orange on there as well. Okay, let's do a pink one. Maybe do a little yellow on the edge of its wings. And then what color? I kind of like this blue. This may not be one I want to use after I color it. We'll see. Let's do some yellow tips. All right, let's see if 3 are enough. Let's cut these out first. Okay, so I've got my butterflies. I love this bright yellow one. I might put this pretty one right here, like it's kind of flying away. And then maybe this little guy down here. And then I'm thinking this little guy up here in the corner or here. Oh, I like it kind of there. That's pretty. All right, let me show you what else. So Kathy kind of popped hers up, and I'll show you what she did. She glued their little bodies down and popped their wings up, which I think is really cute, and I think we'll try that as well. I'm just totally copying Kathy today. So to do that, I'm going to place my foam. Let me get my pokey tool. So I've got some cut pieces of foam. I think that'll work better. I'll put a piece of cut foam on the wings away from the body. So like this. Oops, where'd my piece go? I didn't pick it up. Here and here. And then this little bitty guy, I'm going to do the same thing. Now my foam might be thicker than what Kathy used, but I still think this will work. So I'm just going to come here, and this little guy I'm going to glue down on this edge and let that side be popped up. So I've got my foam there. I'll put glue on this wing. Go. Place it down. I'm going to hold that and let that stick. I love that idea, how that pops up like that. Then I'm going to take these guys off of here, and I'm just going to glue its body down. So glue where the body is. And I think I liked him kind of low, almost like he's landing. Or as my daddy would say, lighting, like he's lighting on that leaf. All right, we need one more down here, and that's this little guy. I love this. We're still not done. We have one more step. Mama's getting a real fancy card this year. She's getting lots of work. Okay, let's put this little guy down here. And the other thing Kathy did on her card was she added bling. And I'm going to do the same thing. I have these little silver bling pieces. You could do this with pearls or whatever, but I think these are so cute. And I'm just going to play and add them in different places. You guys remember me telling you I skipped a leaf? I'm going to color it before I forget. I bet some of you saw it and it was driving you insane. Okay, That's my card. I love it. I think it's great. My mother's going to love it. Kathy, thank you for the inspiration. So we'll look at the two. So you can see mine versus Kathy's. Mine's very different. I love the two tones she did. I should have stuck with that, but I kind of like the difference in mine too. So here's my card, and it looks like this when you open it. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. And here's Kathy's. Looks like this when you open it. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. Thank you so much for the inspiration. And guys, if you're looking for inspiration, especially for using my stamp sets and the products that we sell in our store, if you'll head to our website called MaymayMadeIt.com, we have a customer gallery where you can load pictures of the things that you're making, and we would love to see them. So you might even see Kathy's over there. I don't know if she's posted this one, but I hope she does. But there you go, guys. That is our card for today. And I also noticed something else Kathy did, now that I'm looking at it and breaking it down. She took some gray and went between her flowers to make them really pop. You see that? Maybe I should have done that too. I didn't, but maybe I should have. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hey, do me a favor. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. And if you don't mind, share it. We'd like to get to 300,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can do it. So share this video with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.